Let's get things going and kick things off Saturday night at Patrick Gymnasium. UVM men hosting the Cards from Plattsburgh. Just a quick trip from over the lake, and this one was all UVM from start to finish. First bucket of the game, Aaron Deloney to Matt Veretto for the two-handed slam. 8 from Veretto in just 16 minutes of play. Later, Veretto kicking to TJ Long. 3-ball, corner pocket, that is good. Long 6 of 7 from deep. He led the way with 20 points. And how about Michel Dayashimiye? The Rice product with 4 triples on the night. He had a little bit of fun in this one. Shamir Bogues, he had some fun too. Efficiency, 8 points, 3 steals, and that two-handed slam. 92-41, UVM is your final. Everyone who checked in for the Cats scored in this one. Looking for the weekend sweep after a dominant performance on Friday. We were scoreless all the way until the third, until Natalie Malinkova does this. What an effort. Malinkova's 4th goal of the weekend and 5th in her last 3 games. 1-0 UVM. Now let's go into the 4th. Less than a minute remaining. Still tied at 7. Pitlick on the keeper. Staying up here and fighting for every yard. Gets his team near field goal range. Couple plays later, last play of regulation. A field goal for the win. Ryan Smith from 32 yards. It is up. It is good. Mill River goes on the road and wins. They are moving on to the semifinals, where they will take on Woodstock.
He's going one-on-one with Jesse McPherson.
Yeah, the Catamount goaltender became the program's all-time wins leader last winter with still a full season to go in her UVM career. We spoke about that moment, how she got her start as a hockey goalie 15 years ago, how she stays so calm between the pipes, and I also had a chance to try and score on her. And I will warn you, I have never played hockey, and it was not pretty. Here's our day with number 91. All right, we're here with Jesse McPherson, the all-time wins leader in the history of the UVM women's hockey program. Jesse, flashback to last year. You set that record and then you build on it. What's that moment like for you?
Honestly, if there was a zoom in on a camera, I did tear up a little when that happened on the ice. You know, it was a moment for my team and for me personally, but you know, it was very exciting to do that with a group of people last year, and really excited to continue that this year.
All the way back, when did you start playing hockey? When was the first time you put on skates?
Oh, probably when I was 5, 6. Started out as a player. Wasn't very good, so they were like, "Hey, let's put this kid in goalie." I was the only one weird enough and crazy enough to actually want to do it. So then, probably 7 years old, I started in goalie.
How do you stay in the zone? You know, maybe when they're on the power play and you're just trying to track everything. How do you stay so calm and composed?
My teammates in front of me. Honestly, like wherever they are, we kind of move as one. You know, how many block shots do we have? I think we probably lead some kind of record in hockey use for that, Like that keeps me calm and grounded, when I know, oh, there's someone back door, but I'm like, oh, somebody's there. You know what, this is our game and we got this together.
10 shots on you over here. How many do you think are going to get by you? There's a correct answer to this.
Hopefully 0.
That's the correct
Hopefully.
answer. But we're about to find out.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. So my wife actually played college hockey. I asked her for some tips and pointers. She laughed at me, didn't give me anything, and said, I can't wait to see this. So let's see how it goes. Number 1. Oh. Okay, little high, but we'll take that. Okay, 0 for 2.
2 was a lot better.
0 for 3.
He's getting there. He's getting there. There it is. Oh!
I thought that was the one.
If that would have went in.
That would have been a technicality. We wouldn't have even counted it. Oh, that was so bad. That was so bad. All right, halfway through.
All right, well, you almost had her on kind of the little flutter one there. That's probably your best chance is a kind of fluky play like that. Yeah. So just, I don't know, maybe go for like the Keenan Thompson knuckle puck,
okay, or
something like that. The triple deke, maybe try and go off the post or something. I don't know.
Okay.
Like, you can go ahead and try it.
Yeah, I can't do any of that. I'm just going to do the same thing.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to work regardless, so it's fine.
All right, we'll give it a shot.
Cool.
No.
Oh, he's almost got it. He's getting better.
Oh, okay, 2 more.
He's going for the 5-hole, I see.
Here we go.
Oh! That was close.
Oh, right at her. That's not how I wanted to end it. Oh.
Oh, no, I can't be like that.
Oh.
That was good. The progression, there's a lot of improvement there.
Yeah, no goals, but no broken bones. That's a win.
Yes. No falls.
And what?
No falls.
No falls. Do we get to add another shutout to your career total after that?
I wouldn't mind that
Yeah,
for my
we can
stats.
do that. We'll
Yeah,
see
I
if we
wouldn't
can
mind
add it to
that.
the record book. Let's see.
Yeah.
Okay, so I learned two things from that. Number one, there's no helmet big enough for my head. And number two, I am so bad at hockey. Just last spring, Matt Veretto was a student at the University of Connecticut. His lone season playing college hoops for the University of Delaware was 3 years in the past, and he thought his playing career was as well. Graduation was approaching, and his post-grad life was waiting for him.
I did think I was finished. I accepted a job in New York City. I was ready to, kind of move on to the adult world a little bit.
But he couldn't quite scratch the itch of being on the basketball court.
A few days before the transfer portal was about to close, it kind of hit me where I really just had that drive again, and it kept coming throughout the 3 years, but that was the most serious point. So once that happened and I entered the portal, I just gave it one last shot, and I said if I'm going to get offered by any schools and they're going to trust that I'm going to be able to play there, then I think I'm going to do it.
UVM was one of those programs interested in Veretto as a high schooler. And even without a long college resume, they still liked what they saw in his game. So they picked up the phone, and he answered.
As soon as I entered the transfer portal, Coach Schneider reached out and decided he wanted to give me a chance to work out here. And that was really kind of just where it kicked off. I was up here 3 days later, so that was, really exciting.
Getting back into playing shape didn't happen over those 3 days, but Veretto powered through anyway.
About 15 minutes into the workout, he had his head in the garbage can, and it was like, oh, and he took a couple minutes, gathered himself, and then just went right back at it for another hour. And actually, we had, we were like, you don't need to try to rip the rim down every time you finish. And he's like, okay, and then he ripped the rim down again. Like he has one speed, and you love that about him.
That workout would prove to be symbolic of his Catamount career thus far. He missed most of the summer dealing with injury, but came back and ended up playing 27 minutes in the Cats' first exhibition game.
I think the nerves kind of got to me a little bit. The nerves, the conditioning, kind of everything. But after a few games, I kind of settled in a little bit. Just kept hitting the practice floor hard and just trying to get back in shape.
From there, Becker and the coaches planned to ease Veretto back into the rotation. But injuries in the front court have changed plans a bit.
I thought, all right, we can bring Matt along, and be patient with him as he kind of works off the rust. But he's accelerated that process, and now he's starting. He's been huge for us.
Since joining the starting lineup, he's averaging almost 20 minutes per game and poured in a season-high 14 points in a massive win at Colgate. Picking up where he left off 3 years ago, all while chasing a master's degree in accounting along the way.
It is a little tough. The classes aren't easy. But I've been able to balance it, even being on the road and everything. I think the coaches have been really helpful in, making sure everybody does their study hall hours, and I think that's the biggest thing, is just constantly putting the work in, both on and off the court to make sure, there's no issues.
Veretto is fourth on the team in three-point shooting and is shooting 42% from deep during the Cats' current winning streak. Spencer Potter's home has a view that will stop you in your tracks. But even that view can't distract from what sprawls throughout his property, a 6-hole public golf course that he crafted himself.
We were having dinner on the patio over here with a good friend who was a golfer, and he said, oh, it would be fun to pitch across the pond to the knoll over there.
They paced the property that one summer night in 2004, stuck a cedar post in the ground to act as the target, and picked out 5 more holes to create the original version of Woodchuck Golf, named after what roamed its grounds before golfers did.
It got its name because I had over 100 woodchuck holes to fill in. They kept caving in for several years. Fortunately, that has stopped.
Since its initial phase, it's transformed to a real course. The shortest hole is 104 yards and the longest is 290. Tee times are required. As Spencer says, it's real golf, just with a few added obstacles.
On number 6, you got to hit basically up and over a burn pile to get onto the green. Not a whole lot of places you hit over a burn pile. The drive on number 3, the 290, you actually have to hit right directly at a pine tree and hit over a pine tree, and that gets into some people's heads.
Before sharing his home with the course, he was never a huge golfer. In fact, he still works as a tax assessor, keeping woodchuck golf in playing shape in his free time.
We have 2 greens mowers, one set up for the green height and one set up for the collar and the fringe and fairways, and that I do with a 0-turn mower. So essentially I got to mow everything every 3 days.
Spencer never advertises, but a quick internet search will take you up a short, hilly dirt road in Waitsfield, where what was once a grassy field with stakes in the ground lies a 6-hole golf experience you'd be hard-pressed to find anywhere else.
We've met just hundreds and hundreds of really delightful people, and often get a chance to visit with them a little bit and whatnot. And we ask for donations to the food shelf, and people have been extraordinarily generous.
And we are pleased now to be joined by Gulfport's own 3-time Olympic medalist. Brittney, thank you so much for taking some time from halfway across the world joining us here today. And I see that medal around your neck. That's your 3rd straight in these games. Has it sunk in yet? There you go. Give us a good look.
It has sunk in. You know, it's been a great journey for me, a great career. I just wanted to go out and put on a good performance and come home with a medal, and that's exactly what I did.
Now, you always appear so calm and so relaxed on the outside before, during, and really after your jumps, no matter the stage or the circumstance. Are you that calm on the inside as well?
Yeah, I am. I'm a homebody. I like to stay at home and chill. So when I guess I kind of take it to the field, but it was no kind of pressure for me. I knew I just wanted to go have fun.
Now, you were near the top of that leaderboard for virtually most of the night, and when it was down to the final 2 jumps and you knew you'd be on that podium once again, walk me through what was going through your head.
I think I was just more excited to be on the podium. I knew that any of those great women could out-jump me at any moment, and we've seen that happen on the 6th jump. So other than that, I think it was all good. I enjoyed my competition. I enjoyed being there.
Now, you're 34 years old. You've accomplished all there is to accomplish in the sport and then some, and you've said in the past that this is your final Olympic Games. And as you kind of take a moment to look back, what advice would you give to somebody right now who wants to be the next Brittney Reese, perhaps currently roaming the halls of Gulfport High School?
No, I just tell them keep dreaming big. It all started for me with a dream. It all started with me watching the Olympics and watching other athletes inspire me to be wanted to be an Olympian. And I put in the work, and I worked as hard as I could and had a great team around me to be successful. So I would just tell those kids to keep dreaming big and make sure you got the right people around you to help you succeed in life.